Ayun, meron naman tayong isang 1-hour session kasama ang Miss Universe Philippines candidate representing the province of Misamis Oriental. We have Miss Caroline Veronilla. Magandang gabi, Queen. Pwede po kayong bumate.
Yes, hi everyone. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Maayong gabi, Carl. Maayong gabi, Ezel. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. I'm so excited to just see what we're going to do in the 1-hour session that we have. So again, thank you to all the viewers who are watching with us. Hope you would enjoy.
Ayun. Thank you, Queen, for accepting our invitation. Despite of your busy schedule, I know na fast approaching na ang final, kaya for sure, busy na kayo. Pero di ba? And by the way, kagagaling lang niya from one event, tapos naisingit niya pa kami. So thank you so much, Queen. And by the way, makakasama ko ngayong gabi si Ezel, and in behalf of our Pageantry Fanatics creator, Dan Carl, ayan po. Sa gustong kung meron kayong questions para kay Queen Caroline, you may drop it at the comment section at babasahin po namin yan. And kindly share po the video. So, a brief background lang magaganap ngayong gabi. So, the first 10 minutes will be about intro or about yourself. And then the next 30 minutes is light chikahan lang. We'll talk about anything under the sun, your preparations. And after that, may pa-hashtag tayo, Queen. So parang we'll just give you a word. You'll just have to expound it. And no time limit. You just have to kung anong gusto mong sabihin or what is your take on that matter. And then second to the last part, like mga 10 minutes, will be the serious Q&A. So parang we are in Pageant's final Q&A. But walang time pressure. So like kung ano lang yung take mo on that issue. And the last part will be the shout outs or the plugs or kung may gusto kang i-promote. Ayan. So I'll start it with the question, 'di ba? Kasi we all know naman na by the way, for the information of everybody, Miss Caroline Veronilla representing Misamis Oriental, graduated magna cum laude from Xavier, and she will be representing in the province of Misamis Oriental in this year's nationals. Kaya pala Bisaya, and I can understand her, by the way. So we're just gonna wait for her. She's just fixing her camera. Ayan, welcome back, Queen. So yes, I'll start it with a question na, di ba we have we have several other national pageants where they offer like 5, 6, or 7 titles at stake, and mas marami kang chances of winning. But why did you choose Miss Universe Philippines? What's in this pageant pa na pinili mong Miss Universe Philippines?
Mm-hmm. Well, to start, I have always wanted to join a national pageant since 2015 when, after I joined Miss Cagayan de Oro, I really wanted to be able to stand in a national stage.
Ayan, nagbabalik na ang ating Reyna. So, welcome back. Yes. Ayan. So, hindi talaga maiiwasan. Yes.
I'm so sorry. Nagloko yung internet ko.
No worries, Queen. Nangyayari talaga, lalo na ngayon, di ba?
Oo nga. Ay, may nag-comment din sa from mga fans na nag-aantay. Sabi, same po.
Thank you for waiting. Again, I'm so sorry. Yeah, my internet connection is so sloppy tonight. Nahirapan ako mag-connect, but ano na pag-usapan niyo while I'm gone?
Wala, brief background lang about you.
Fans mo, you call them carolers.
Carolers.
Carolers. Dahil ba to sa nickname mo, Carol? Nag-free siya.
Ganun talaga eh, parang hindi mo talaga maiiwasan. Ayun, Queen. Oo, nagkakaroon talaga ng ano eh.
Pero clear
Ayan.
naman. Naririnig na ako.
We can. No, ayun, nawala na naman siya. Nawala na naman siya. So, she's trying to fix it for you guys. So, thank you so much. In fairness sa mga fans niya, hindi siya iniiwan. So, we really apologize for this. But, yeah, she's on it. She's trying her best, actually, no.
Oo nga
I think he's pretending.
Ayan, she's back again. I'll try. No, it's okay. Yes. Ayun, I think better na siya. So, ayun, it's okay guys. In fairness sa mga fans mo din, hindi ka iniiwan. Abang-abang talaga sila on the comment section. Tsaka they're really watching right now. So, ayun, we'll proceed
na. Now?
Yes.
Better. So, yes, Queen, bakit why Miss Universe Philippines?
Queen, why did you choose Miss Universe Philippines from all the national pageant techniques?
Yeah, going back to my story, after I won Miss Cagayan de Oro 2015 third runner-up, I really wanted to join a national pageant, but I didn't have the courage to join. And so I was praying for it. I was waiting for the right time. And then come 2020, I decided that I just would just jump for it. And I really wanted to pursue Miss Universe Philippines because I believe in the brand. I believe in the brand of Miss Universe, and I believe that it's such a massive platform where I can reach so many people to start the conversation on how we can protect children from violence and abuse, because that is my advocacy. And basically, that's why I really pursued Miss Universe Philippines.
Queen, appointed ka or dahil nanalo ka last 2015, ikaw na lang yung pinalaban dyan sa Miss Universe Philippines, or paano ba yung process? Bakit ka naging representative?
Is it still lagging?
Oo. But yun, follow-up question lang. Sabi ni Izel.
Oh yeah, dito kasi nakasulat.
Go, Izel.
No, paano pa ikaw naging representative ng Misamis?
Hindi ko nakikita si Izel.
Ay, wala. Wala ako dyan.
About now.
Paano ka naging representative
wala
ng...
pa rin. I'm so sorry.
Wala.
I think there really is a problem with my internet connection.
Ikaw kaya, Carl,
Ikaw lang nakikita ko, Carl.
Pero hindi mo siya, hindi mo siya naririnig.
Naririnig. Hindi ata ako naririnig. Ikaw na lang magtanong.
Sige. Ayun, so anyway, Queen.
Hindi rin. Ayan! Welcome back, Hazel. I can see you now.
Ayun.
Paano ka naging representative ng Misamis Oriental? Are you appointed or ano ba? Or dahil sumali kang 2015 sa Miss Cagayan?
Well, eto, real story to. So I'm gonna share with you how my Miss Universe Philippines journey started. And that's when, nung nag-open for Miss Universe Philippines for online application, nung December last year, I grabbed the opportunity. I didn't tell anybody about it except for my family. So, sabi ko, Ma'am, Ate Len, mag-a-apply ako for Miss Universe Philippines. So, nag-send na ako ng online application and just going to wait if I passed the paper screening for the final screening. And so, naghintay ako for 1 month, and it just so happened that on the week of my birthday, so I was born on January 23, on the week of that, I received news that I am invited for the final screening. And so, even until then, I didn't tell my friends. Those who already knew, sila lang din pa rin ang nakakaalam that I joined. And so, I kept it to myself and to my close circle. And so, during that time, talagang I was by myself. I was independent. I don't have a camp. I don't have a makeup artist, not even a mentor, because I didn't even tell my mentor from Miss Cagayan de Oro 2015 that I joined. And during that process, I was just really praying that, Lord, if ibibigay mo sa akin to, then this is the path that you would want me to take, and that this is the right decision. So I just went through that process, and I'm so grateful for the support of my family. And so I didn't actually know that I am going to represent my province until the press presentation. Because I was actually telling them that I was born in Cagayan de Oro City. And so it just happened that someone is already representing Cagayan de Oro City. And they asked me, where else am I affiliated with? Like, where did my mom come from? Where did my dad come from? So my dad and Iloilo, and they were saying na meron ng Bohol, meron ng Iloilo. Where else can we put you? So I didn't actually know what their plans were for me. And it just so happened that on the day of the press presentation, they handed me the sash for Misamis Oriental. And I'm so grateful that I am able to represent my province because it's where my dad grew up. So from Bohol, my dad's father, which is my grandfather, moved to Balingasag, which is a municipality in Misamis Oriental. And my dad actually finished his grade school and high school in another municipality in Misamis Oriental, which is Opol. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to represent my province because I feel like I'm carrying my father's story with me. I'm carrying my family with me, and to be able to represent the people that I love, the people that surround me, is such an amazing feeling.
Ayun, thank you so much, Queen, for sharing that. And you've mentioned earlier your advocacy about campaign against violence for children and
against children, yes.
right. So, is it my personal hugot ba with that advocacy, or how were you able to come up with that advocacy ba?
My personal hugot, growing up, I was very sheltered. My parents made sure that we receive good education, that we are protected, that we live in a secured environment, that we have a loving home. And it's something that I am grateful for, and I recognize that I am privileged to have. So when I was in first year college, my professor shared to us a documentary by Cara David entitled Alcansha. And that was the story of a then 9-year-old kid named Anthony who had to work in order to provide for his family and at the same time sustain his education. And sabi ko, ang daming problema ng mga bata ngayon, and I want to be able to help. And I wanted to put up an organization that supports children's education. But a few years later, after I graduated from college, and as I started working for World Vision, which is a child-focused organization, I realized that it's not only education that needs to be tackled, but it's also really creating a safe environment for children. Kasi, yes, you can give them education. Yes, it will help them reach their dreams someday. But there are a lot of different facets surrounding a child, and that includes a safe environment where they can grow healthily, where they can play with other children, where they can enjoy their childhood. And sabi ko, if hindi sila maaalagaan at such a young age, what use would their education be? I asked myself, is it really enough to educate children? And so, going to these communities where World Vision works, I realized na equally important ng edukasyon ay yung lumalaki yung bata sa isang community kung saan naaalagaan sila, kung saan napoprotektahan sila, kung saan vina-value yung karapatan nila. And so, I was reading through what the situation is here in the Philippines, and I found out that 80% of Filipino children have experienced some form of violence in their lives, whether it be at home, sa school, sa community nila. And a large number of that 80% do not know ano yung mga services na pwede nilang i-avail so that their problems would be addressed. And I really want to start that conversation. We have barangay council for the protection of children in communities where children and their guardians can actually go to for support. And I really want to talk to other people about that, na pag nakaranas ka ng ganyang experience, there are services available for you, and it's not something that a lot of people know of. And yun yung sana gusto kong i-prioritize, kasi again, hindi lamang edukasyon ang kailangan ng isang bata growing up. They also need to be protected from forms of violence.
Ayun, Queen. Thank you so much for sharing that. Very deep, no, Izel?
Yes. At wala kasing masyadong, kasi ang bata hindi nila masyadong ma-express rin yung sarili nila. Diba?
Yeah.
Minsan natatakot rin sila.
Ay,
so, at least may mga ganitong agencies at may barangay help desk na rin pala.
Yes, exactly, diba? Kaya we have to start this conversation.
For kids and
kasi as you shared, yung mga bata minsan hindi nila alam na kailangan pala nila ng proteksyon. Minsan hindi nila alam na masama na pala yung nangyayari sa kanila. And we as adults have that kind of responsibility towards them.
Kaya pala Izel can relate with that kasi nga, she's a mother na. So,
yeah,
may hugot din.
Napaisip tuloy ako, kanina, meron bang violent akong nagawa sa anak ko? baka pumunta ng barangay to, ang lapit lang namin. So,
anyway,
pero Izel, that's a good question to ask yourself as a parent. I think
right.
It's very proactive of you.
Yes, parents should assess themselves din naman if they are they go beyond the line ng pagiging So anyway, Queen, take us with your preparation going to Miss Universe. I know na in few days you guys will be isolated na. So how about your wardrobes, your outfits? Are they all set na ba?
Boot camp ka na ba?
Oh, okay. Preparations first. We weren't expecting that Miss Universe Philippines would be this long. So it's also a blessing in disguise because I feel like we had a lot of time to prepare. And as you know, I don't have a camp. And that's why I'm very grateful with the team that I have, with the close friends that I have. I am closely working with them. I am closely working with makeup artists from my province, designers from my province, and I'm grateful for all their help. Marami ding nag-offer ng help nila mismo in training me for Q&A, in training me for pasarela. And I'm so grateful. So I would just like to take this opportunity to thank Sir Boogie and Sir Juniel for helping me with my gowns. Also, Sir Justin and Arthur for helping me with my Q&A, as well as Kissed for my hair and makeup. And syempre sa ko na din, accredited partner, Sir Jory, for always being there, for being someone I can count on. And of course, to my close circle for helping me with my photo shoots, with whatever I need. And that's basically my preparation over the past months. I'm tapping my friends and people that I know from my province to help me in terms of preparing physically, emotionally, mentally, and with the gowns, trivia, actually ngayon dumating yung mga gowns ko and the other outfits I will be wearing for the Miss Universe Philippines pageant, as well as the pre-pageant activity. So I'm so excited. I haven't opened the box yet since it just arrived today, and I'm going to open it after this session. So I'm so excited and grateful because these are products from my province, and I'm really proud to be able to present that on the Miss Universe Philippines stage. So that's what has been going through for the past months in a nutshell. If you have specific questions.
Ayun. Thank you so much for sharing that, Queen. Oo nga naman.
Pwede daw bang may nag-a-ask dito, Queen, may color ba? Pwede bang maka-clue ng
Oh,
color?
can I share it with you?
Bawal pa daw.
Well,
Secret
ito lang
daw.
siguro masasabi ko. I have 2 gowns, one for preliminary and one for the finals.
Ayun. So it's from the designers from Misamis Oriental.
Yes, Sir Boogie and Sir Juniel Doring.
Ano nga tawag sa sa mga tao sa Misamis Oriental?
Misamis non.
Misamis non, ayun. Sa mga Misamis non diha, you guys are well represented by Caroline Veronilla. So ayun, so all set na, like your national costume, your gown, and oh my God. So hindi mo pa nakita yung final output ng gown. Like masusurprise ka later.
I have seen the sketch, but
okay.
I haven't seen it like in person. So after tonight, after this interview, I will be opening it. It's already downstairs. Kaya excited na ako.
Ayun. It would be better if you'll take a video sa facial reaction mo upon opening it. Not the wardrobe itself. Yung yung reaction mo para naman ma-tease yung mga fans.
Sige, Carl, I'll take note of that.
So, ayun, continuing with Miss Universe, nalatag na ba yung kung ano yung magiging format ng competition or wala pa? You guys have been preparing lang kung ano ang posibleng magaganap?
Yeah, we haven't been told yet what's gonna happen. Actually, even in the next few days, we don't know our schedules yet. So we're just really preparing our best for whatever is going to come. Kaya, the best thing that we can do right now is to really just prepare for the whole thing and expect what is unexpected.
Yes. Alam mo, curious ako yung swimsuit. Sino ang swimsuit provider nila? Paano yung design? Di ba? Nakaka-excite.
Yeah.
Well, hindi ko pa rin nakita yung design din for the swimsuit, but I can tell you that someone will be providing for our swimsuit.
Diba?
Ayun. So it's sponsored by a designer.
Yes,
parang naka-uniform sila. Anyway, sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon, ayun, sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, it will not be a virtual pageant. It will be a live pageant. So
yes, it will be a live pageant on October 25. And you can watch that on GMA at 9 a.m. or through the ring light, which is available on www.empire.ph. Please don't forget to use my referral code RL Misamis Oriental.
Ayun. Don't forget that Misamis non o mga carolers. I'm from Davao, King, by the way. So yeah, I can understand you.
That's nice to know.
They can also avail like 99 pesos sa I forgot the site King something.
KTX.
Oh, KTX. Yes, 99 pesos.
Online viewing din naman. Yeah, but I really do encourage everyone to subscribe to the Ring Light series because you not only get to see other episodes of the making of Miss Universe Philippines, but also you will be able to help our beneficiaries and the organizations Miss Universe Philippines is working with.
Ayun. So, talking about sa competition, I heard na you guys will be like putting on your own makeup sa finals na. Walang personal assistant or makeup artist for the safety of everybody. So, paano yun? Being independent candidate, pinag-aralan mo na ba yung angles mo or yung kung paano mo i-represent yung sarili mo on the finals?
So, yes, Carl, I affirm, wala kaming makeup artist on the day because priority yung safety ng lahat. Not just the contenders, but also the whole Miss Universe Philippines team. Kaya we're limiting the number of people that we will be interacting with. So we will be doing our own makeup. I'm so grateful for my hair and makeup artist who is from Misamis Oriental but is now here in Manila, and he's helping me in preparation for my makeup, for my hair, the looks that I will be inspired of for the preliminary and the finals. We're still finalizing though how it's going to be, but I'm so grateful that I have him because he's very talented. And I would just like to shout out, hi Mang Kist, I know you're watching. And so thank you so much. I really appreciate all your help, and I look forward to the looks we will be creating for the Miss Universe Philippines pageant.
Ang kagandahan lang sa team ni Caroline is that talagang Misamis, di ba? Galing Misamis. Talent ng Misamis talaga.
Yes.
And
at saka pinag-uusapan nga namin, whatever achievement I will have, it's because of my whole team. It's because of the efforts of everybody that's supporting Carol. Because if not for them, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't receive the recognition I have received for the past few weeks na parang nagugulat na lang ako, umabot na ako kung saan-saan, yung photos ko kung saan-saan na nakalagay. And it's really their effort, and I really just want to be able to represent them well.
Caroline, anong masasabi mo pag sinasabi sa yung dark horse ka ng MUP? Kasi nung una hindi ka masyadong
yes.
Diba? Biglang bumulaga ka na sa mga pictures mo at nagkalat na sa mga pageant groups.
Being called a dark horse is such a compliment. You know, I understand na talagang wala ako sa radar ng maraming tao because sino ba naman ako? I was away from the pageant scene for the past 5 years and biglang nag-join ng national pageant and Miss Universe Philippines pa talaga. That's why I'm saying na yung dark horse na title, it's not because of just my effort. It's because of the whole team behind me. It's because of the carolers supporting me na relentless talaga sa pag-share, sa pag-post about me kahit na wala masyadong noise. When I started my Miss Universe Philippines journey, talagang ginapang nila so that I would have the audience that I have now. And I'm really just so grateful. That's why din nai-inspire akong gawin yung best ko because I do it for them. It's their effort and I want to just give back yung effort na binibigay nila sa akin.
Ayan, and pero what's the advantage of being an independent candidate is you get to choose your own team, your own wardrobe, your own makeup. Kasi diba, if you have camp, parang ifa-follow mo talaga kung ano yung instruction ng camp mo, which is, kaya nga, I mean, we have some independent candidates, diba, na nanalo din. Catriona, for example, diba, she's independent. So, talking about Misamis Oriental Queen, diba, Pia Hurtzbach is from the province of Misamis ba or
Misamis Oriental because she represents
Cagayan is under
Cagayan
di ba? Oo, Cagayan is under Misamis. So have you met her in person na ba?
Well, I have once kasi we had a shoot at Empire when the pandemic it wasn't here yet. So we had a shoot at Empire for Downey and she was there. Unfortunately, hindi kami nakapag-usap because her schedule was very hectic and I was just able to peek lang and see her but unable to converse with her. And kahit na ganun lang yung interaction, not even an interaction, kahit ganun lang yung exposure ko sa kanya, I can see how she's really a confident woman, how she really deserved the Miss Universe Philippines and the Miss Universe crown. And she, coming from Cagayan de Oro, embracing that roots of being a Miss noon is a proud moment for me. It gives me confidence in joining Miss Universe Philippines.
Ayun. So, syempre, being a Miss Universe Philippines candidate, you're a public figure now and your circle of influence is becoming wider. But aside from the supporters, hindi din maiiwasan talaga na there will be people who will be saying negative things about you. So, saan dun yung kung meron mang nakaka-apekto sa'yo, kung saan dun sa mga sinabi nila, or ano bang message mo with the bashers?
I wouldn't call them bashers because I believe there's a reason why they react that way. I understand that they really just want to find the best person to represent the Philippines in Miss Universe, and I respect that. I respect their comments. I respect their choices. Kung sino man yung susuportahan nila, I know that's because they believe in that person, and it's okay with me. I do receive negative criticisms, and it does hurt. I came to a point when I had to rush to my sister and tell her, ate, bakit ganito yung sinasabi nila? Ang bilis naman nilang mag-judge, ganito, ganyan. And then she would just help me process it na, it's okay, Carol. Like, just focus on your journey. And don't let these negative criticism drag you down or bring your spirit down. So, just do your best every day. Keep doing what you need to do, and that's something that reassures me. You know, it does hurt, but at the end of the day, you have the choice. If you're going to allow to keep if you're going to allow those words to keep hurting you. And so I choose to just let myself feel that pain, that sadness, that hurt, and then at the end of the day, I would let it go. Kasi kailangan nating tandaan na it happens. This is Miss Universe Philippines, and people really just want to find the best girl to represent the country. And, if you take it to heart, it's gonna affect how you perform. And so I don't want that to affect me. Kaya, after I process it, I let it go, and then I would just keep doing what I need to do in order to prove that I do deserve the Miss Universe Philippines crown.
Yeah, and I think that's something that the fans, especially within the circle of pageant community, should be reminded about, na because they only see what they saw online, like the pictures, the videos circulating, pero hindi nila alam behind the camera, yung journey, yung struggles, yung trainings ng isang Miss Universe contestant. So maybe we should not judge that too quickly, or kung meron man tayong negative, it's okay, di ba? If it's a constructive criticism. Pero if it's really like a negative thing na gusto mong sabihin towards a candidate, wag na lang siguro. I think it's better if you would keep it to yourself. Anyway, Queen, I'm curious about wala si Izel. Anyway, yung nga, kasi, internet issue.
Yeah, the internet.
Hindi tayo license soberano. Ow. So,
baka naman.
So, yeah. Anyway, I'm curious kasi, di ba, the way, ang misconception kasi ng mga tao when it comes to a beauty queen is she's perfect. Like, wala siyang insecurities. Wala, tell us, meron bang something na you felt like inferior about, or na-insecure ka towards a thing, or meron bang ganon?
At paano mo na-overcome yun?
There's one particular thing that makes me nervous whenever this is asked of me, and that's, what's your height? Because I feel like when you ask that question, you already have this perception of how tall a Miss Universe should be. And
Right.
It feels like we are being defined by that physical aspect. And so, whenever I say to people that I'm 5'6", it makes me feel somehow that they are disappointed that I'm just 5'6", and that's what makes me uncomfortable, because it shouldn't be. Because it shouldn't have to define me. I should be able to make use of this platform for my advocacy, to be the voice of those people who I wish to speak for. And my height should not be one of the criteria to be able to do that. So that's probably one question that makes me parang nervous to answer. But I do feel more confident whenever I remind myself again that it's not about your physical aspect. It's not about your height. It's not about your color, or it's not about how skinny or how fit you are. It's how you're able to use this platform to send your message of hope, your message to like bring change in communities, your message to, for me, protect children from violence and abuse. And that's what pageantry is all about. It's no longer about beauty, just beauty. It's about what you can offer for your community.
Ayun. And adding lang that, if for Janine Togonan, it's not about the language. Galing naman kay Miss Caroline, it's not about the height para maging Miss Universe ka, which is, I agree. Kasi that has been
Yes.
a debate
Proven
din sa,
ni 2012, di ba?
oo, that was,
Miss Universe, si
oh, she's
Olivia
5'6".
Culpo.
And Miss South Africa din.
5'6", 5'5".
Demi Peters,
Yeah, Demi.
2017.
Yes.
Kasi that was a debate in the Circle of Pageant community. It was asked, by the way, sa trainer ng Miss Universe na si Lou Sierra. So she was asked, does height really matter in Miss Universe? Tapos sabi niya, no, it doesn't matter. Pero the reason daw bakit shorter girls did not win Miss Universe is because they did not attempt to. Diba? Parang, totoo kaya? Like, bakit hindi mo naman kasi subukan na sumali sa Miss Universe for you to know kung para lang ba yun sa mga glamazons? Kasi it has been proven na shorter girls can win over those girls na with towering height. Anyway, gusto ko lang i-shout out si Geloi Espinoza kasi I love his quote on the comment section. Sabi niya, when there is beauty, there is pain. Remember that. I agree. Di ba? Ang ganda ng napaka-quotable. Last na lang, pet peeve more, is there something ba that can easily annoy you?
Easily annoy me? Probably changes in schedule. I'm very organized as a person. I'm very particular as well in terms of my time management. I do have an organizer. I make sure that my schedule are arranged by priority. And so if there are sudden changes, it rattles me and it makes me uncomfortable. So that's probably something that would annoy me. Abrupt changes in schedule.
Same. Ayoko yung last minute. Makaka-relate ako. Ayoko ng ura-urada. Give me time to prepare.
Yes.
Tapos na-fix mo na ahead of time di ba?
Oo
yung
nga.
schedule biglang masisira na naman.
Ayun. So, Izel, baka meron kang last questions before we'll proceed with the hashtags?
Wala na. Let's proceed na with hashtags. Wala rin
Ayun. So, ayun, before we'll proceed to the hashtag, ayun, sa mga nunod, in fairness, hindi ka iniiwan ng mga fans mo. Minsan lang to, Izel, di ba? Like, tingnan mo yung views. Oo, like, hindi siya umabot ng ganyan. Anyway, sa mga nanonood po ngayon ng mga fans, pwede po kayong mag-drop ng word na gusto nyong i-expound ni Queen sa comment section para po sa ating pa-hashtag ngayong gabi. And by the way, Queen, wala itong time pressure. So, what's your take on that particular word? So, Izel, do you want to start?
Yes. First, hashtag is explore, miss, or more. Explore, miss, or more.
Galing nun.
Explore, miss, or more. I'm so grateful to be part of a province that sees tourism as a way to enhance the economic status of its people. And that's the priority of the province right now. And so explore Miss Or simply means come to Miss Or and explore the different ecotourism destination it can offer. There are a lot of beautiful places in my province. I started to discover that when I began my digital campaign, which is hashtag Suray sa Miss Or. I saw so many destinations that I haven't been to, and I realized that you don't really have to go that far to experience the beauty of nature. Misamis Oriental has a lot to offer, from beaches to good food to good people to good experiences. And that's what really exploring Miss or More is about. And I do encourage everyone, if you haven't been to the province yet, please do come by. We have a lot of things that you can enjoy, and we have a lot of natural resources that you and your family will definitely be in awe of. Well, definitely after this pandemic, because even when we have these beautiful things to offer, our safety still comes as a priority. And so, right now, we are moving into a digital campaign. And so, if you can just search Miss Or and see what the province has to offer for you, then I would greatly appreciate that, because in a way, you're already supporting our tourism and the local community that benefits from tourism.
Ayun. Oo, nakapunta na ako one time yung statue dyan na sa Misamis Oriental. Yung statue na malaking masyado.
Yes, it's in El Salvador.
Ayun. You get to wear, you get to wear or change outfit pa before you can go sa inside the place. It's nice. It's a nice.
Yes, because they have strict protocols in terms of what you have
inside,
to wear.
what you have to wear. Kasi nga siya, religious affiliated. Anyway, another hashtag. This is from the comment section, from Geloi Espinoza. Hashtag online sexual exploitation of children.
The online sexual exploitation of children has been a big issue, especially here in the Philippines, since we're one of the countries with a large number of cases of online exploitation of children. And so, since this is a recognized problem, the question right now is, what can we do in order to stop this, in order to protect our children from this kind of violence? And that's where adults come in. We need to be more responsible in terms of teaching our kids what is right, what is wrong, in protecting them from harmful environments. I understand that there are a lot of families that are struggling, that there are a lot of problems that becomes the reason why they do that, why they allow their children to be exposed to that kind of violence. And so a lot of that responsibility lies on the community and on the adults. And that's why I am calling for the support of you guys, for the support of people who needs to take care of these children, to be more mindful of the threat that is online. And so if you can just educate your children on what is and what should not be explored in the internet, then that's already one step in order to protect them from being exploited online.
Ayun. And as much as possible, this is also a call sa mga parents na bantayan nila ang mga anak nila if possible. Kasi it would be better if a child stays a child, diba? Kasi, siguro dala ng kahirapan or pressure, kaya nai-expose sila sa ganong negative things. So, anyway, Miss Izel, baka meron kang pa-hashtag.
Lalo na ngayon, di ba? Online learning na ngayon. So, mas-expose ng mga bata. So, as a parent, kailangan talaga tutukan ang bata.
Especially that minsan nagagawa yan nila out of curiosity.
Yes. Plus, minsan kasi nag-aano sila na bata rin ang kausap, di ba? Hindi nila alam. Siyempre.
And I would just like to add, there are still parents who push their children into that kind of business. And that's why it really does take a community to ensure that children are safe. It's not just the parents' responsibility, it's also the neighbor's responsibility. If they notice that there is something wrong in that household, they need to be aware of that and they need to report it to authority, because again, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yes. That's good.
Ayan. So, go Izel.
Ang heavy ng topic na yun.
Oo. Grabe yung comment section. Dinadagsa nila.
Yes, another hashtag is girls can. Girls can.
Girls can. It's been so long since women and young girls are being boxed into a stereotype that girls are only capable of certain things. And Girls Can is actually a movement. It's a declaration that whatever you think girls cannot do, they can. They can be entrepreneurs, they can be businesswomen, they can be philosophers, they can be scientists, they can be even a president. Whoever they want to be, they are capable of becoming that person. And so we need to empower young girls to own their stories, to own their dreams, and we need to give them that kind of opportunity so that they would be able to become their best potential. And so, Girls Can is something that we need to repeat to ourselves, not just women, not just young girls. We also need to inculcate that in our society, even in males, in young boys, in different communities. It's something that needs to be taken into heart, and it's something that we need to instill in young minds so that we can empower them to become better persons in the future.
Ayun. I like the way na sinimulan mo the answer by parang giving it a background na women or girls were boxed in a stereotype, which is totoo naman, because of social standards, di ba? Parang there are certain things na the perception of people is girl can't do it or women can't do it or they should not do it, which is wrong, di ba? Kasi may free will naman tayo. So I guess with that free will na binigay sa atin, may karapatan din naman ang mga babae to explore other things, 'di ba? So ayun, maganda yung ano mo, yung establishing answer mo kung paano mo siya sinimulan. And now I get it kung bakit masyadong malalim yung yung hugot ng mga fans on the comment section. Alam pala nila na manya cum laude itong
Ganyan siya.
kausap natin. Oo. Pinahirapan.
Grabe!
So,
Kasi
ayun.
yung pangbungad niyo ata kanina eh. She's a graduate of.
Malaking pressure kaya inay niya yung standard.
Oo nga.
Kaya
So,
mabibigat yung mga topics.
Oo nga eh.
Pala
Another one here, fake news. As a journalist.
Ay, oo nga.
Diba? Fake news, ang hashtag.
As a graduate of development communication and as a major in development journalism, fake news is really a problem in our society right now. It causes a lot of misconception, a lot of misunderstandings, and it's something that we have to address. And so, as a communications graduate, I encourage you to always rely on reliable news, to make sure that you are getting your information from credible sources. We have this thing called triangulate, and by triangulating, it means that you have to search at least 3 sources which are credible, which reports factual information, and then these 3 sources needs to be able to share the same message so that you will be sure that what you are saying, what you are sharing online is what is true, what is factual, and what is real, what is really going in our communities. Fake news is such a big problem because I can see so many understandings online because we are so quick in sharing information that supports our own ideals, that supports our own biases. And that shouldn't be the case because our perspective must always be for the betterment or for the benefit of the whole Filipino community. And we have to always make each other a priority so that whatever we will be sharing online, it would promote hope, it would promote unity, and it would promote a better future for all of us, for the whole Philippine community, for the whole country.
Ayun. And this is something also na I can relate. Pareho pala tayong I'm currently fourth year, by the way,
Communications.
Mathcom.
Yeah. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Ayun. So, yep, we'll move on with one hashtag from the comment section. This time, this is from Weds Navarra. Sabi niya, hashtag take up space.
You know, when I hear the word take up space, I remember Zozibini Tunzi. During the Miss Universe Philippines 2019 coronation, she said
Yes.
that girls need to take up space. But then, in a recent conversation I had with my friends, I realized that it's not just the girls' responsibility to take up space. As a community, we need to make space for these people, for those people who lost their voice, for those people we as a community tried to silence. And so right now, it's not just a matter of taking up space, it's a matter of making space for those who have been silenced for so long. Because we have to be able to listen to all the different communities that we have in our society so that we can go and move forward as one big nation.
Ayan. You know what? I like na binigyan mo ng emphasis yung making space. Kasi parang if you take up space, it's a matter of personal perspective.
Yes.
Diba? And then if you make space, parang naging sensitive ka, kino-consider mo other people. Oh my God, galing. May nag-ano ba sa'yo? Like, have you been consulting ba sa mga speakers, lawyers maybe? Sinong coach mo for Q&A, by the way?
I have two mentors for Q&A. I had Arthur Tolentino before, and one thing that I learned from him is to always share your story whenever you answer questions where you think that it's something personal to you. And my other mentor, Sir Justin Ibabacol, is from my province. He shared to me to always be authentic. If this is something that you feel strongly about, then be able to communicate that. And so, ang dami kong natututunan sa kanila, but at the same time, I'm also doing my own research. I listen to good speakers, I listen to TED Talks, I listen to good friends who are experts in their own field. My best friend is a expert in gender and development, and so I love conversing with him about the different issues surrounding that community. I also have friends in development sectors. I work for World Vision, which is an international child-focused organization, and that's where I was exposed to the different issues that a child faces in the community and the issues that makes them vulnerable. And so all these things I am really trying to remember and really trying to put to heart, because that's my greatest weapon. My greatest weapon is my own story and the stories that I heard from these people.
And with the recent platform of Miss Universe, it's really a standard na that someone can convey effectively, diba? Kasi parang ang dami kayang Q&A doon, ang daming speeches. Kaya it's better talaga, no? Feeling ko ganun din yung magiging platform or maging format ng Miss Universe Philippines. Kaya as you can tell, mostly of the candidates na nasa roster ng candidates ngayon, most of them can speak talaga. They can express. Maybe it's a matter of delivery na lang. Doon na lang siguro magkakano. And timing. Delivery, pauses, timing. Parang ganun. So, ready ka na talaga niyan, no? Like, naano mo na ba? Parang,
kahit bukas na,
ang self mo na nakatayo ka na on stage with the mic in front.
Sa totoo lang, I have received those kinds of questions recently and frequently. And I always tell them that you can never really be ready for Miss Universe Philippines. And the best you can do is think that you are ready. Kaya, lagi ko na lang din kinakondisyon na kahit na may nerves, kahit na kinakabahan, I have to think that I have been preparing for this. I had months and even years of experience just to be able to reach this point. Kaya dapat ko yung panghawakan.
Queen, pasingit lang sa group may nagsabi. Meron ka daw bang mga parang, ano bang tawag dito? Ginagawa before ng pageant? Like, yung iba, coin, di ba? Nilalagay sa bulsa or mga ganun.
Yung
Ano bang
mga
tawag
ganon,
doon?
parang superstition.
Superstitious
Superstition.
practice.
May lang.
Well, honestly, I just pray. I always make sure to pray, not just in the pageant, but even with interviews like this. Coming here in the room, I was actually praying, the Lord, give me strength, give me presence of mind. Just make this interview a good one for me where I will be able to represent myself, my province, my supporters well. I really want to make use of every platform that I can just so more people would get to know me better and get to know my advocacy and the story that I have to share. So prayers talaga.
The best weapon. Ayan. May pa-hashtag ka pa ba, Izel? Or pag wala na, we'll proceed with Q&A.
Yes, ito, si Juniel Doring.
Sir Juniel Doring is actually my designer. Kaya kita mo naman yung kanyang profile picture. Bongga.
What
Ayun,
can you say
last na daw.
Yan, Mindanaoan.
Mindanaoan. You know, the Mindanao people have been stereotyped for so long, and I'm so grateful that we have this kind of platform to redefine what a Mindanaoan is. We have this kind of influence right now where we can show not just the Philippines, but the world who a Mindanaoan is. And we have to be proud of that kind of heritage. We need to break the stereotypes of who those people from Mindanao are. Because we often hear the words, may internet ba doon? The questions, may internet ba doon? May taxi ba doon? Meron bang cable doon? And, you know, in the years that I have been staying here in Manila, since I was from the province, I realized that it's not something that we need to take against that person. It's not something that I need to feel hurt about. It's just that I have to educate that person better. And so I so appreciate that we have this kind of platform where we get to showcase not just who we are as Mindanaoans, but what we can offer to the country and to the world. And so it's something that we need to be proud of. It's something that we need to think as an opportunity. Because truly, a Mindanaoan is world class.
Yeah, and I agree. You know what? Hindi naman kailangan talaga Mindanaoan ako. So hindi naman talaga kinailangan nating mag-react negatively on that. Kasi feeling ko yung mga taong nagtatanong ng gano'n, they're just uninformed. Kasi di ba si Izel, she's from Manila. Tapos pag pumupunta ako, hindi naman nila ako tinatanong. May mga kaibigan ako sa Manila, hindi naman nila ako tinatanong ng gano'n. Siguro dun lang sa mga hindi pa nakapunta ng Mindanao or walang background about Mindanao. And the notion nila about Mindanao or the Mindanaoan people is it's a war-torn area. Pero hindi naman, di ba? Ang peaceful naman ng Mindanao. Like, you get to travel from one province to another.
Yes, and now, even looking back, I also had times when I would question someone from a different place that I wasn't familiar of. If may internet ba doon? If meron din bang taxi doon? May masasakyan ba doon? And, you know, coming from that experience, ako as Mindanaoan, ganun din yung natatanggap kong mga question. It makes me think na really, it's just lack of knowledge about that place. That's why they ask that question. And we have to see it as an opportunity, again, na mas ma-introduce pa where we came from to that person.
All right. So, ayun, that's the end of our hashtag segment. So, we're done with segment. We're done with the final Q&A. So, ito walang time pressure. Kasi I know naman during your Q&A coaching, pretty pressure kayo maybe 30 seconds or 45 seconds. So, dito lang. Kung ano yung masasabi mo towards a certain issue. So, sa mga nanonood po, you may drop a pageant question po sa comment section. So, I'll start it with the recent transformation of Showtime, tawag ng tanghalan winner, Janine Burdett. It became a national talk overnight regarding her transformations. What's your opinion with people who is up for plastic surgery or the transformation using science?
Plastic surgery is such a difficult process to go through and a painful process at that. And I applaud women, men, people who go through that kind of pain just so they can feel more confident in themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as it helps you in your journey, if it empowers you, then just go do you. I have nothing against it. And we really shouldn't think that we have this authority over other people's body. Whatever makes them feel more authentic towards themselves, we should support that, and we should be proud of the steps they are taking just so they would be able to embrace themselves better. So if a person decides to take plastic surgery, if a person doesn't want to do that, then that's okay. They have the right to decide what they want to do with their bodies, and we have to respect that.
Ayan. It's a matter of
Kaya
choice
nga.
naman talaga kasi, di ba? Like, yung mga dumadaan
Nasa tao talaga.
yung mga dumadaan with that procedure, hindi naman diretsyo na doctor can apply it. May counseling pa yan. So, yung sa mga hindi nakakaalam, ay, may balak ako. Hindi, sa mga mga hindi nakakaalam, hindi agad may consultation pa yan from family, from friends. Tapos, you have to consult pa a counselor para they can advise na kung what's your purpose, kung bakit mo ipapa-change. Tsaka naman kung nagpapabago naman yung tao, it won't affect you naman eh. Like, sa kanya naman yun, katawan naman yun. As long as it's safe, it's legal, di ba? Kasi meron yung iba na kumakapit lang sa mumurahin, which is may side effects. So, please lang, doon na lang sa sa mga legit na mga doktor.
Licensed doctor, yes.
So,
okay. Dahil yung faith kasi ni Queen napaka di ba? So tatanong siya dito nung tinanong ni kay Shamsi Supsup ng Miss Universe.
Ayun.
You just believe to marry the person you love, why or why not?
My faith is one of the things that define me, that define who I am. And if a person cannot accept who I am, then I wouldn't want that kind of love. So if I were to choose, I would not want to be with a person who does not accept me for who I am, including my faith.
Yes. Kasi minsan kasi may mga pagka same kayo ng belief, so magkakaintindihan kayo more, di ba?
And naman yung sa marriage naman, it's a mutual agreement, di ba? So, if nag-agree na kayo, kasi may kaibigan ako, she was a beauty queen then, yung wedding nila dalawa, like, from religions, Christian wedding, tapos Islam wedding. Parang
and there's nothing wrong with that. Kasi, okay lang yan if it had mutual consent. But if that person wants you to choose, then that would feel like you're being trapped to do so, that you're being forced to do so. And that's not something that anybody should tolerate.
Right. And by the way, guys, for Q&A like this, wala namang mali or tamang sagot. It's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of delivery. Kasi kung that's the side of a beauty queen, then that's her. She's just being her. Hindi natin pwedeng ipilit kung ano yung gusto natin. Di ba kasi minsan may mga fans na nagko-comment na, no, she should have answered it this way. It's her choice naman. So, kung meron tayong free will, yun yung dapat natin i-apply. So, from the comment section, from Mark Angelo Mandawe, sabi niya, what is the most significant lesson that you've learned in this pandemic that you can apply to your reign as Miss Universe?
The most significant lesson that I learned during this pandemic is to depend on other people. During this time, there was a point when I struggled to deal with what's happening around me. I struggled to work. I struggled to get out of bed. And before, I was so independent. I was so used to my own bubble. I was so used to relying on myself. I thought that I can do so many things on my own. And then this pandemic hit me. It made me realize that I need other people's help as well. And so when I came to a point where I struggled to be productive, I reached out to my family, I reached out to my friends, I talked about my problem. And that's something that I have learned to embrace, to allow other people to help me. And if I do win as Miss Universe Philippines, I think that would be really helpful, that I am able to recognize my own weaknesses, that I am able to recognize that I also need help. Because again, it takes more than just me to be able to do my advocacy work. It takes more than just me to be able to make change in my community. And so having that mindset that I am able to recognize the help that I need from other people, then that would greatly be beneficial in my reign as Miss Universe Philippines.
Ayun. Izel, may question
Thank
ka
you,
pa ba?
Mark.
Yes. Another one. Another one from Frances Lenas. What is a major lesson that men can learn from women?
One major lesson that men can learn from women is definitely to communicate more openly. And this is something that I have seen in my father and in my brother. We only just recently were able to develop our relationship into a better one when we learn to communicate with each other. And that's something that we had to experience because of my sister's cancer journey. My sister was diagnosed with cancer in 2018, and it has been a very difficult 2 years for us. And that made us learn to be more vulnerable towards each other, to communicate more openly, because that's when we're able to address so many problems, so many issues in our family. So if there's one thing men can learn from women, and women can teach or allow men to do, is to create that open communication in their circle, in their household, in their community, in their groups. Because we need to allow men to be able to communicate what they are feeling. And that's something that women has been able to do for so long, and something that we can share with others.
Ayun. And I think it's it's a notion na men don't communicate that much kasi they're afraid to be judged, na they're soft, di ba? Pero you know what? It's what makes real what makes men real men is to express yourself. Wala namang mali to be authentic, 'di ba? Kasi yun yung yun yung social standards na if men express themselves kay parang they are weak, parang maano sila, ma-judge sila ng ganun, which is ayun, sabi nga ni Queen, it's important to open a conversation with them, na we have to teach them na it's not wrong.
Yes.
'Di ba?
That's para maiwasan rin yung misunderstanding. Kasi iba yung thinking ng lalaki, iba yung thinking rin ng babae, di ba?
Okay.
Yes. Another one, Queen.
Last.
What is your definition of a winner? What is your definition of a winner?
For me, to be a winner is to have the mindset of a winner. Regardless of you got that recognition or not, it has to come from you. You have to think that your experience, the things you have learned, the things you have learned to let go, are the things that makes you a winner. Because being a winner is not about having all these achievements, having these different titles. It's having that mindset that you have learned to grow, that you have learned to become more mature, that you have learned so many experiences that you will carry for the next years, and that makes you a better person. And being a better person makes you a winner.
Ayun.
Queen, pahabol lang, do you have any plans of entering politics? Kasi napaka-articulate mo and yung sincerity makikita sa'yo eh, di ba? May future plans ka ba?
Well, it's not something that really crossed my mind, but I'm not closing that door because I really do have a heart for service. And wherever the Lord leads me, wherever an opportunity comes, then I would love to grab that opportunity. May it be in politics, or may it be in community service, may it be in an organization, in an NGO. Then I'm really open to it. I just really want to be able to make this community a better place for vulnerable children.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Promote na ng mga
politics. Kasi na-associate din, di ba, ang mga masscom, parang advisor or gano'n, mostly ng mga politicians. And they tend to, to cross sa law pag hindi nila i-proceed yung media. May bala ka ba for law?
To be honest, I actually took the entrance exam for law school in 2017. So I do have plans, and it's something that my parents have been urging me to do. They keep telling me, Carol, what are your plans? I thought you're going to law school. I thought you're going to get your master's degree. And I had so many plans. But then again, in 2018, my sister was diagnosed with cancer. So I decided to put my plans on hold because I see that my family is my priority. They need me more than my master's degree need me, more than law school needs me. And so I do have that in the future, but right now, after my sister has finally recovered, and after I win Miss Universe Philippines, I pursue that.
Yes.
May mga naman education can wait naman, di ba? Like, anyways, tapos ka na for a degree. So, if you'll proceed, you can proceed at any time naman di ba? Kasi law is din, a lifetime commitment. So, so you really have to be fully invested para maka-proceed. I'm half thinking of it, Pod. So,
Go for it!
Puhon. Anyway, end of that note, salamat kaayo sa pag-ubanin nyo sa amua karong gabi una. Thank you so much, guys, sa lahat po ng nanonood ng Pageantry Fanatics. Ayan, stay tuned lang po sa official Facebook page ng Pageantry Fanatics because we will be interviewing pa other Miss Universe Philippines candidates, and then baka next week mga Miss Earth candidates and mga Mr. and Miss Chinatown din, and for any other upcoming pageant. So, salamat kayo, Queen, for joining us tonight. I know na busy ka na kasi nga you're preparing na kasi you guys are bound by isolation na. Oo, pero isiningit niya pa tayo kasi nga when we were inquiring other candidates, ganun din yung reply nila na we're busy na, pero you get to sing it pa. So, thank you. We really appreciate it. Baka meron kang gustong i-plug or i-shout out na lang, or maybe how they can follow you on your social media account.
First, I would just like to apologize again for earlier. I had really bad connection, but I thank you guys for staying with us. Carl, Isel, thank you so much for this opportunity to Pageantry Fanatics. I'm so grateful for the time that you shared with me. When you invited me, I really made sure that my schedule is free. So tinanong ako ni Ezel, when were you free? 7, 8, or 9? So sabi ko, wait, let me check. At sabi ko nga 9. And so I'm so grateful to be here right now. Grateful to see your fans as well and to make use of your platform. Also, I would just like to thank all of our viewers for staying with us and for waiting for so long. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you had the opportunity to learn more about me in this interview. And I hope that you would continue supporting me in my Miss Universe Philippines journey. Our coronation is coming up on October 25. Again, that's 9 a.m. I would like to encourage you as well to watch that on the Ring Light series, where you can, again, not only watch the behind the scenes, but also help our beneficiary.
Right.
So my beneficiary is Ma'am Elioni Monting. She is the chairperson of Tingog sa Kasanag or Tisaka. It's a community organization in Misamis Oriental that supports women and children who are victims or at risk of sexual violence and exploitation. And so with the advocacy that I have, I believe it's a great opportunity for me to help with that cause. And so I encourage you everyone to help me and Ma'am Elioni to protect more children from violence and abuse. And so simply by subscribing to the Ring Light series on www.empire.ph and using my referral code RL Misamis Oriental, you will be able to do that. So again, daghang salamat sa inyong tanan, labi na sa mga misamis nun, nga gatan-aw karon.
Yes,
Thank
ang
you
dami
kayo
nila.
sa inyong thank you kayo sa inyong pagsalig sa ako. And sa mga carolers po who are watching, I really appreciate you guys. You are my strength during this time. And whatever happens, I hope I make you proud.
Ayun.
Thank you.
Queen, yung social media mo, like IG and Facebook.
Yes. For both Facebook and Instagram, you can follow me at Caroline Veronilla. Again, that's Caroline Veronilla for both Facebook and Instagram. I have a lot of updates there, so make sure you follow me and message me if you want me to follow you back. Also, I will be having a session tomorrow. It's called Oh Carol. It's something that the carolers have prepared for me, so I'm really grateful they made use of such platforms so that more people would get to know me better. And so if you have the time tomorrow, it's at 8 p.m. Just go to my Facebook page, Caroline Veronilla.
Oh, Carol.
Yes.
Carol man. Napakanta ko tuloy.
Queen, di ba sa Miss Universe walang talent? Pero anong talent mo? May
Oh my God!
Ayun ka.
Kinabahan ako bigla.
Nakita ko sumasayaw ka. Kumakanta ka ba?
Well, sa totoo lang, I'm a frustrated singer, dancer, actress, lahat-lahat na. Kung pwede
I-move na ang mic sa banyo. I-move na ang mic sa banyo. Ang cam sa banyo para gumanda ang ano.
Diba? Yung pa-echo, ganon.
Yes.
So, I'm so interested in all those things, but I'm not really an expert on any of it. So, hanggang frustrated lang tayo.
Yung jack of all trades.
Habang nasa banyo.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Doon natin na si God, di ba?
Same.
Fair lang siya. Kasi
Fair,
maganda na si
fair.
Queen, matangkad na, matalino.
Hindi naman pwede nasa iyo na lahat.
Kaya nga, bibigyan pa ba natin ng boses?
Oh,
So,
okay
ito na lang.
Ito.
Ito na lang kasi it has been a tradition here na before kami mag-end. Think of yourself na you will be representing na the Philippines in Miss Universe pageant. So para mag-i-intro ka, your name, your age, and then the country, Philippines.
With emotion, Queen,
Caroline Joy Veronilla, 25, Philippines!
Yeah. In fairness, bagay.
Yes.
Wow! Sana premonition na yun, di ba?
Yes.
Hopefully.
Claim it na.
Kasi pag nagkataon, di ba, syempre tayo yung una dito na nakakapag ng ganyan. Kasi maririnig mo lang yan on Miss Universe stage na. Kaya, wow, thank you so much. So again, thank you so much. Isiningit mo kami despite of your schedule. So, salamat po. Daghang salamat sa mga nag-uban sa amuha karong gabi una. Maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood ngayon ng Pageantry Fanatics. Ayun, stay tuned lang po sa Facebook page. And once again, in behalf of the Pageantry Fanatics creator, Dan Carl, I am Ezel. I am Ezel.
Gutom na si Cart.
Mental back ako. No, I have here with me Ezel and then Jello. Sadly, he's not around, and Fred as well, our co-admin. So thank you so much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Caroline Veronilla, Miss Universe Philippines, Misamis Oriental. Ayun. Magandang gabi po.